It's an Sarshélig on Gailiv, August Kilmacalo, Curry, Namoon, Curry Limni, Coma. Here next to me I've got Michael Keneally from SARS and Tony Maloney from Kilmallock. Let's begin with the Galway story. What's the latest news, Michael?
Well, Ger, everybody has reported fishing well this morning and ready to go.
You travelled up last night, I believe?
Yeah, we travelled up last night to stay in Dublin, and everybody's fine form.
What about Tony and Kilmallock? How's everything there?
So far so good. Ger, all fishing well.
It's a new experience for you in particular to come to Croke Park. I don't think you ever played here as a player, did you?
No, I never played here. Never had the honour to play here.
Fantastic atmosphere, wonderful occasion, I think you'll agree.
Massive altogether. Brilliant now behind our back here. Really, people are getting into the hang of things in a big way.
Well, Michael, people will remember you, of course, 1980, a memorable year for Galway hurling, and you were the goalkeeper that year. I think you got the Man of the Match award as well, didn't you?
That's right, yeah. I had some good games, some bad games too, Ger, here, yeah. But it's great to be back again.
And the team you beat in that final?
Limerick. Yeah.
And hoping for another Roman this afternoon, I suppose. This is the team of the Coonies. How many in all have you got?
We've 6 in the panel, 5 playing.
It's a wonderful occasion for families, Tony. In your team, you've got the Hanleys, I know.
That's right, yeah, 3 Hanley brothers playing. We've 2 Nelligans on the panel, so we've quite a family affair.
What has the atmosphere been like in Kilmallock in the last few days now, building up to this final?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable is the only word for it. Between wishes from America, England all over, and people coming back for the match. You know, there's a huge crowd in Kilmallock over the past few days.
And I'm sure it's much the same in SARS, in New Inn and Bullaun.
Yes, indeed, Ger. There's been great hype for the last few weeks. We're a very, very small club, one of the smallest in the county, but we've great support from the other clubs throughout the county.
Gormila Mahagwiv, August Ganairi on Talish and Daw, Erin Beg on Clish and Tosnuega Karu Trish at 3, Akanish, Arash Kugan Pellarish, Tashiad, Arko Scoring Laham, Arish Shot, Marty Morrissey.
Gormila Mahagwiv, Garod, and just some interesting statistics at half time that after 30 minutes of action, O'Donovan Rossa failed to get a wide, which must be a little bit unusual in any Gaelic football match. O'Donovan Rossa, one of their supporters, must be a little bit concerned at the moment because he has, I believe, he's placed £3,000 of a bet at a price of 6-4 for O'Donovan Rossa to win the All-Ireland title. Can you just imagine a half an hour of sheer tension? It's level at half-time. O'Donovan Rossa now playing with wind advantage, and it's a fairly strong breeze. As you can see, the Artane Boys band come off the pitch. The flags indicate how strong that wind really is here in Croke Park. And may I say a special hello to Henry Thornhill and all the patients at Skibbereen Hospital. Henry's is attending that hospital there, and I believe that they're absolutely glued to their television sets. So to everybody in the hospital in Skibbereen, hope you're enjoying St. Patrick's Day. And indeed, may I include in that greeting every hospital all over the country. We hope that you're enjoying RT's coverage of the All-Ireland Cup Finals live from Croke Park. And Jim Curran, the referee, looking at his watch. We note that Éire have changed their full back. And Derek Wynn seems to be gone off. And coming on is Richie Moore. Number 17 will be playing at full back. 30 minutes to decide the ultimate title, the All-Ireland Cup title. Garvin Ware. John Evans losing out to, but I believe, yes indeed, yes. Referee is correct, giving a free to John Evans and Skibbereen. Quickly taken. Donovan Russell going to the attack. This is cut out, however, by John Wynn. Garvin Ware unable to keep it in. Referee having a word with Garvin Ware and just making sure that everything is kept under control. Brian O'Donovan giving back to Anthony Davis, met by Garvin Ware, and Anthony Davis goes down. Brian O'Donovan, not his best foot by any means, the left one. Well gathered by Pat Davis, and that's going to be a free in for Skibbereen. The referee is now noticing that Anthony Davis is down and allowing for attention. And while Anthony Davis is getting attention, we note as well that Mick McCarthy has come on for O'Donovan Rossa instead of Gino Driscoll. And what a blow it would be if O'Donovan Rossa had to lose their detective from the fraud squad in Anglesey Street in Cork, Anthony Davis. This is the incident again. Anthony Davis combining with Garvin Ware. It was more of a frontal challenge, just got it in the ribs, and Anthony Davis went down. And Anthony Davis has won every All-Ireland medal except a club medal. He'll be recording history. Minor, under-21, junior and senior have all been achieved. There's only one medal missing, the All-Ireland club medal. And it would be a terrible blow if Anthony Davis had to go off. But knowing Anthony Davis fairly well, I'm sure he'll just get back into it again. Mick McCarthy, meanwhile, will take this free and try and put O'Donovan Rossa into the lead for the second time in this match. They led at the start of the first half. Are they about to lead at the start of the second half? Dropping it in and dropping it over the bar. So Skibbereen leads by just 1 point, 17 to 2-3. Anthony Davis still looking very winded. He really felt that from his Garda colleague Garvin Ware. Garvin Ware that drops it down for Alan Callanan, giving it to Jody Morrissey to run onto. Gone inside is Tom Nolan. Now, if O'Donovan Rossa can hold possession and play possession type football, so too can Éire Rogue. But how good are they? It's Anthony Keating that's going across to take it. He's giving a free. Referee Jim Kern. That's the angle from just behind the posts. As Muckle himself. Dangerous. Good calling by Dennis O'Driscoll. And he gives the free, and Jim Kern wisely allows him to take it quickly. This is Frank McCarthy. To Mick McCarthy. Joe Driscoll. O'Donovan Rossa running off the ball is something to watch. Ryan Carmody. And gone wide. You can do all the running around the place, but the most important thing is getting scores on the scoreboard. But in that matter, they lead by 1 point. Brilliantly gathered by Garvin Ware. Trying to get it out for Alan Callanan. Brian Carmody coming into challenge. Callanan survives. The ball ripped from his hand, says Jim Curran. It's allowing them to use the quick free and not annoying the players or the spectators. Colin Hayden, now he's a match winner for Éire Rogue if they can get the ball into him. Giving inside to Hugh Brennan. Goal number 1 in the first half and a point in the second half. Hugh Brennan, minor and under-21 player with Mayo, 27 years of age, goal and a point in the All-Ireland final. Great running inside. He took his point despite Ian Breen's challenge. It should be pointed out and remembered that this is not an inter-county match. It's the All-Ireland Cup final. The two best club football teams in the country, and they're reflecting it in a superb match. Great skill, determination, and so far, thanks be to God, no dirty striking, no off-the-ball incidents. This All-Ireland Club Championship got a lot of criticism, particularly when it reached the semi-final stage. That match between O'Donovan Rossa and Lavey. This is an example of what good football is all about. Joe Driscoll sending it straight over the bar. His first of the All-Ireland final. 22-year-old, doing well. Let's see what Carlow boys are made of. Poor pass from Joe Murphy. And that's going to be a line ball for Donovan Rossa. An interesting tactic by Éire is that they're playing Joe Murphy, their corner forward, as an extra defender in the half-back line. In other words, there's only two players up front in the full forward line. And Tom Nolan has that space to manoeuvre. Has he the accuracy? It floats high, right down on top of Kevin O'Dwyer. And he did well, but he drops it out for a 45. A ball that would give any goalkeeper a heart attack as it held in the wind, dropping and dropping and dropping. And when the challenge came in, he was lucky it didn't drop into the net. Garvin Ware to take this 45. Dangerous enough ball, and well gathered by John Evans. Frank McCarthy, ball into the middle. There's his commander, he's supposed to be marking. Joe Murphy picking it up. Right, great run. Now, where's the support? Hugh Brennan. Oh, ball carried a little bit too much pace. Picked up by Pat Davis to Mick McCarthy. Surely a foul by Richie Moore. Free for Donovan Rossa. Good intelligent ball to Brian Carmody. Neville Murphy is available. Brian dropping it in towards John Kearns. Towards Garvin Ware. Don't rule out these Carlow boys. They really did impress me when they played Knockmore and Mayo. They were playing against the breeze with only 14 men. That's a fair shoulder charge. Sideline ball for Donovan Rossa. Quickly taken by Brian O'Donovan. First Mick McCarthy. And an elbow challenge there by John Wynne. And John Wynne is going to be booked by the referee. Practically saying, just cool it. As the incident comes up again, here's Mick McCarthy. And yes, it was a little bit high. And a free in for the Skibbereen captain. And Jim Curran telling the mentors to clear off the pitch. The Carlow man a little bit worried, and rightly so. Mick McCarthy taking this off the hands and sending it wide. 2-4 for Éire. Total of 10 points. O'Donovan Rossa 1-8, a total of 11. We have 9.5 minutes gone in the second half. If they can get the ball into this man, Éire could very much win this All-Ireland title. Mick McCarthy getting inside Richie Moore. Éire protest that they did not foul him. But Mick McCarthy will definitely, normally at least, tap these sort of frees straight over the bar. Exactly what he does. Getting his tally, personal tally, 1-5 now to Mick McCarthy, 1-9 to Donovan Rossa. Jody Morrissey getting the free. Joe Murphy. Back to Jody Morrissey. And Murphy survives the challenge. You can see what I mean when I say they have similar styles. They love to run at defences, opposing defences. Both Skibbereen and Carlow. And so far has paid dividends. .11 minutes gone in the second half. Jody Morrissey, Anthony Davis marking him well, but so from Jersey pulling, says Jim Curran, for descent. The free in a little bit closer. And Jim Kern saying, thou shalt not do that. Doom the veil on St. Patrick's Day. Anthony Keating to reduce it down to 1 point between the sides. Yes, clean on a walk. 2-5 to 1-9. Tension is mounting as the time passes by slowly, very slowly. Kevin O'Dwyer. A little bit of pushing unnoticed by the referee. Gavin Weir holds on to it eventually. Gives it outside to his midfield partner Hugh Brennan. Éire can create something here. Going straight through. Taking a shot. The sides are level like Croke Park. Yes, Éire show that they have the character that I saw in Knockmore. And coincidentally, it's a mailman that has now got 1-2 from midfield. Excellent score. Kevin Dwyer's kick out. Gathered by Brian O'Donovan. Survives the challenge. Alan Callan. Referee wisely, correctly, allowing advantage and taken straight out of his hands. Don Walker. To Richie Moore. This is the new full-back for Éire. The man who had to be brought on to try and curb Mick McCarthy. That's a trip, and the referee gives the free on Anthony Keating. And Anthony very much a doubtful starter before the match with an ankle injury. And the referee is halting back the play and having a word possibly with John O'Donovan. Anthony Keating, remember, yes, he is holding that ankle, and he was very much a doubtful starter before today's match. The ball coming in, and Anthony Keating just tripped as he was going for it. And that was fairly blatant by John O'Donovan. Well, last year we had Clare, we had Donegal. Now we've Carlow. And the sound very, very loud. There must be nobody left in Carlow. Brendan Hayden. Up for Colm Hayden. Trying to get inside. John Evans. Pat Davis. Ian Breen. Skippereen. Go west. Well won, however. Superbly won by Noel Fallon, native of Ballygar, County Galway. Lovely combination by Éire. And if you're surprised that this is a Carlow team, do not be surprised. These are worthy Leinster champions. Alan Callanan trying to get a boot to it. Colm Hayden knocking it down. Brian O'Donovan, he's the midfielder, clearing it out. Anywhere will do, Brian. But it goes straight to Noel Fallon. This is what they call pressure from Éire. Met by Don Davis. Joe Hayden playing right half forward, now in the left half forward position. Knocking it down to Tom Nolan, stepped outside, Anthony Keating! Oh, magnificent! But the referee, yes, he's giving it a magnificent goal by Anthony Keating. A man from New Orchid State in Carlow Town has brought Croke Park to life. Oh, it was great on the field. John Kearns out from the 13-meter line. Brave, courageous goalkeeping. And the referee has blown the whistle. And the referee is still giving a free. As the ball came in, it broke out from Tom Nolan. This was Tom working hard. Anthony Keating, he's a real goal poacher. And whack, Kevin O'Dwyer hardly saw it. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. The scoreline. Éire, 3 goals and 6 points. O'Donovan Rossa, 1 goal and 9. O'Donovan Rossa, for the very first time, won the championship in Cork, and you do not win the Cork County Championship very easily. Since then, they have played so impressively, beating All-Ireland Cup champions of last year, Dr. Crooks, then St. Senan's Kilkee, and then Lavi. They come here with a very impressive CV. Mick McCarthy. Ball breaks out to Joe Driscoll. They're not falling Éire, and they're coming away with it. The Leinster champions have their gander up and they're flying it. And Croke Park salutes the men of Carlow. And for descent, there's an extra few metres. Now, have they got the experience to just keep matters cool? The stopwatch says 17 and a half minutes. 13 minutes to go. 3 points between the sides. A most memorable All-Ireland Cup football final. The two number 13s, and it goes to Joe Murphy. Noel Fallon. Oh, that's great play by Carlow. This is Carlow, I keep saying it. Oh, brilliant. Joe Hayden, met by Ian Breen. The mighty O'Donovan Rossa are in trouble, and make no mistake about it. They said in the nationalist paper down in Carlow, the headline was, it will take a hard team to beat them, it will take a good team to beat them. O'Donovan Rossa are very good, but definitely Éire have come of age. But can they hold on? And I state it again, just for information, Éire are playing against a very strong breeze. O'Donovan Rossa, with wind advantage, are trailing by 3 points. And sometimes when you play this short passing game, it's actually easier to play against the breeze. Most footballers would agree with that. Garvin Ware, hanging in the breeze, comes off the crossbar. Up they go. Comes down towards Mick McCarthy. Number 19 Mick this time, who came on for Gino Driscoll. A race for Brendan Hayden. Holding rather, by Pat Davis. A free for Éire. 18 and a half minutes gone in the second half. I can't help but think of the Skibbereen man who put £3,000 at 6-4 for O'Donovan Rossa. He must be sweating now. This free by Anthony Keating. He's been scoring goals left, right and centre in the Leinster Championship campaign. Half blocked down by Pat Davis. Still Davis. Possibly off the ground, but Davis gets the free in the initiative. Poor ball to Brendan Hayden. O'Donovan's Rossa's concentration and balance and rhythm is definitely upset. The right half back off target. Quickly kick out by Kevin O'Dwyer to Frank McCarthy. Ian Breen. Anthony Davis. And the runs by Anthony Davis, Gino Driscoll and Ian Breen, very much curved by Éire. And other teams that I've seen Skibbereen play have fallen in the wake with that tactic. Mick McCarthy. Joe Driscoll running outside, very quick one, but Mick decides to drop this one in. A point is important here. And he drives it wide. Micheál McCorrig is very, very disgusted. Go on, Éire is the message. They've waited a long time. We ain't going home without the cup. Éire, a team that beat Screen of Meath, Clane of Kildare, Baltinglass of Wicklow, Ballyrone of Leash. Can they add Skibbereen to their scalps? This is Don Davis, and that too has gone wide. And I stated again that Skibbereen's concentration is upset. Skibbereen introducing a substitute. Be interesting to see what happens. Going off is Neville Murphy. Neville Murphy is going off, and coming on is Dara Hooley. Neville Murphy gone off, the corner forward, and on is Dara Hooley. There's Dara Hooley challenging, just introduced. As Skibbereen realised that they're in a spot of bother. Colin Hayden gone out over the line. Line ball for Skibbereen.
Come on, Dara! Pick them up! Pick them up, Dara!
Will the Andy Merrigan Cup be going to Carlow? Brian O'Donovan taking too many steps. It's a free for Éire. Play continues on, but the referee has called a halt. That's all in vain. The boys are still playing, and still Skibbereen can't get the ball into the net. And eventually John Kearns has it, and somebody might tell them that the referee has blown the whistle. All that for nothing. Holy God, can we bring home the cup? There are tears beginning as they look at the watch. Beginning to fill in the eyes. Tears, yes. I know what she says. 8 minutes left in the All-Ireland final. Carlow, Éire. A point is a wise decision. 2 points between the sides. "24 minutes gone in the second half. The countdown has started. I can hardly look. John Kearns. Brilliantly gathered by Tom Nolan. Bobby Miller, the Éire manager, has done an enormous job. And the referee, Joe Hayden, says, well, what could I do? Jim Kearns feels he could have done a little bit more with it. Bobby Miller has done a great job, however, with Éire. But can they hold on? Mick McCarthy, Richie Moore staying with him, bravely going down on it, but Mick McCarthy sends it wide. Still 2 points between the sides. 5 minutes left. Cuig no maid. John Kearns knows it. Knocked down, comes to Joe Murphy, and this tactic by Éire should be highlighted because it certainly has worked. Bringing the corner forward back as an extra half back has worked splendidly and has stopped Skibbereen from going forward in their interpassing movements. Has helped at least. Jody Morrissey, this is Alan Callanan, the left half back, inside the 20-metre line. Taking too many steps. Referee Jim Curran very precise on this. And for time wasting again, I think the referee is going to give an extra few metres. Skibbereen. Joe Murphy reading it, challenging John Davis. And for that challenge, he gives a free, the referee. That's going to be another free. Richie Moore fouling Mick McCarthy. And remember, there's only 2 points between the sides. Plenty of time, 4 minutes. 26 minutes, 24 seconds by my stopwatch here. And Mick, this time, better angle, puts it over the bar. 1 point between the sides. That's 1-7 now for Mick McCarthy. Now, telling his colleagues, this is it. This is the moment of truth. John Kearns facing a kick out, hoping that one of his colleagues will grab it and send it down to the other side of the field. The wind once again gathering it, catching it, is beautifully held by Tom Nolan. And his fielding ability is something to watch. He's done it consistently this afternoon. Brendan Hayden trying to send it up. John Evans coming across. That's a line ball. Yes, for Éire. Seconds ticking away. O'Donovan Rossa have to get this ball out, and they have to get it out quickly. Joe Hayden, who won an All-Ireland B hurling championship medal with Carlo a few months ago. Sending it in. Well gathered. Coming out with it is Mick McCarthy, and he's given the free. Ken O'Dwyer says he'll take it. .28 minutes and 5 seconds gone in the second half. That's a great kick out by Kevin Dwyer. Brian O'Donovan, Alan Callanan fouling him. So Driscoll was loose in the centre. And Joe got it, but unfortunately, referee Jim Curran says, Alan Callanan, you've got to be booked. Second booking of the match. And for deliberately fouling the man, Alan Callanan goes into the book. Brian O'Donovan. They need 1 point. That's all they need. This is Garvin Ware, midfielder. That's a fairly frontal charge by Skippereen, but they get away with it. Now, is the equaliser here. This is Joe Driscoll. Mick McCarthy is outside. This is Mick. An effort which goes over the bar. Skippereen show that they too have the character. They have the passion. They have the spirit. The sides are level. 3-6 to 112. It was hard work, but eventually their patience worked. Joe Driscoll giving it to Mick McCarthy. Mick getting inside the challenge. And Cooley, the captain, leads his side to parity in this All-Ireland final. The referee, John Kearns, meanwhile, booking the referee, Jim Curran, booking the goalkeeper, John Kearns. And I think it was for dissent more than anything else. 29 minutes, 50 seconds. This is really the moment of real truth. They've battled their way to Croke Park. We're now into injury time. Skibbereen and Éire. And it's a fray for Skibbereen. Anthony Davis puts his arms up, jubilant. It must be one of the last kicks of the match. Can Mick McCarthy. And I think Jim Curran is telling him that he has to score direct to win the All-Ireland title. Sweet Lord, the tension is mighty in Croke Park. Mick dropping it in and dropping it wide. And every neutral spectator, if there's anybody here, sighs with relief, because it'll be a real joy to see these teams play again. Mick McCarthy missing the opportunity. The pressure mounts. Éire of Carlo Habit, Richie Moore, Jody Morrissey. Garvin Ware is available, still Jody Morrissey. Eventually he gathers it up. And the referee blows the final whistle. And it's a pity that that incident seemed to come with the final whistle. That's really only tension. A marvellous encounter. Éire and O'Donovan Rossa, after a marvellous struggle, end level. Éire, 3 goals and 6 points. O'Donovan Rossa, 1 goal and 12. And I think everybody, but everybody, will be delighted that both teams have a second chance. A wonderful spectacle and a credit to the clubs of Ireland that these two teams can produce a spectacular encounter played with tremendous sporting behaviour. Not one single incident that you could say was unsavoury.
Yeah, so what a spellbinding game of football that was, and really you couldn't pick much between the two sides. Éire had the advantage, but perhaps they started to look at the watch a little bit too soon at the end of that game. However, the sides must meet again. Next here on the programme we go race. Crowd turned up on the Gaelic ground.